quick little video for you here today. So you might remember we've talked a lot about these figures here. They're the 4.5-inch scale figures, making them technically a 1/15.5 scale. This was the majority of what the Playmates scale line figures were. People have talked in lots of different videos about the screw-up of the First Contact figures and the various ones that they made, which were a 6-inch scale, or in other words, a 1/12 scale figure. Because it was just like, after they'd made a few hundred figures in this size, they suddenly decided to switch to making them in this size, with no real explanation. Well, today I got a package. It had a few figures in it that I was wanting to get, but it had one that I had never gotten one of this particular line before, because when they came out back in '96, I saw them on the store pegs and was just like, no. And that's because not only did they make these figures a little more annoying by adding this,
Energize,
but they also made them even bigger. They made this 7-inch beast line of figures called Space Talk. This is the Commander Riker figure. And you flip it around, it's got a button, it's got these ridiculous screw holes in the back. The worst offender being the butt screw. And I mean, while the face sculpt is actually probably one of the better ones, just because it is the larger, you can see it's, if I can get him to focus, there we go. It is actually a little bit better than even that 6-inch scale. The detailing is actually a little nicer. It's just, first of all, the articulation is weird. There's no turning of the arms, it just does that. And the legs are exactly as the old figures were back on the 4.5-inch scale. And it's, like I said, it's got the button that you press on the back, and he says things.
shields up, red alert, energize, shields up, red alert, energize.
So, yeah. That's the first one of these that I've ever gotten. I don't know if I'll ever get any more. They only made 4. It was the Riker, a Picard, a Q, and a Borg. And that was it. And I remember that the Borg said things like, you will be assimilated, resistance is futile, something like that. And, yeah, they're so, maybe if I decide, I'm going to have a picture where I need a giant Riker for some reason, he can, you can see all of the other figures I have, he'll be towering over them. Alright, well, thank you so much. That's all I've got for this week. Y'all have a good one, and I'll see you next time.